Right, so that is a hard act to follow. That was really good, well done. Very well organized. I'm telling you, I'm not super organized for the presentation. I get to teach a lot though, and I'm not organized for my teaching every time. So I think I can kind of make it up. Let's see. Hopefully, can you make up your life? Yes, you can. Right, a very simple title. Why internship is a good idea. I will try to give a perspective of both as a student, because myself I started working after I did an internship for this company called GAMIFICATION Plus. That's Pete. That's me and Pete there. We organized a conference in 2017 in Brighton, and that is me in our conference in 2018 in Amsterdam. It was really nice. But also I work with Pete for the last almost 3 years now, so I suggested that we take Kira on, and I interviewed another student from Sussex to come and work with us. So I'll try to kind of combine my two experiences as like this business person and as a student, right? And talk about both a little bit, and hopefully it will all make sense. Let's start. Who am I? Does anyone know this place? Yay! Has anyone been there? Yay! Heather, I will invite you this summer, don't worry. I got a great summer house, right. Did you like the food?
Yes.
Yes, lovely food, right. So apparently when I went back to Thessaloniki after I started living in Brighton, they had all these great restaurants. I'm like, I need to try them all out. And I did, and they're great, so go for it. I did a computer science degree in Greece, but I couldn't code for my life. So I said I'll go to Brighton. I always wanted to live abroad. The only language I can really speak is English, other than Greek. So there you go. I did a business management postgraduate. Yeah, for those of you that don't know this place, it's in Greece. It's the second largest city. Yeah, you go. I did a business management degree, and that's when I met Pete. Anyone knows Pete? A lot of you do, yeah. So Pete works part-time at the University of Brighton at the business school, teaching gamification and loads of other things nowadays. Pete introduced me to this idea of gamification and using games at work and kind of transforming the way we work, and I was like, yay, that sounds so cool. So I did the internship. I did the Santander Internship with Pete. He straight up told me, I'm not going to give you a job afterwards. I was like, thanks. He said, I don't have the money, I don't have the time to manage you, just come on for 3 months and then off you go. I'm like, okay, yeah, why not? I like the idea of gamification. I'll explore it for as long as I can. I'm still there. What do I do now? Now I work part-time with Pete, and I'm doing my PhD. Ooh, that's a different font. Right, interesting. I'm doing my PhD at Sussex, at SPRU, where I'm working on innovation management, Lego, boundary objects. That sounds very smart, right? Yeah, I know. And because I'm doing loads of teaching, I do research on teaching as well. So it was kind of a long and strange journey in some ways, from doing the internship, being someone from another country that didn't know a lot about life and work in the UK, to doing a PhD and teaching students now. It's a bit surreal. Oh, I actually did 2 sessions with Sam when I was a student, and now talking about it, both of us were like, what did we talk about 3 years or 4 years back? I don't know, so it's been very busy. I want to talk about the student side first, and I'm very excited about this slide. I hope it works. So this is Gandalf the Grey. Anyone? Lord of the Rings fans? Yes? Yay! A few years back, that would be my dream. Being in England, talking about Gandalf the Grey. I read the third Lord of the Rings in 2 days. I didn't do much else. Right, so that's them. That's Gandalf and the hobbits trying to go into Moria. But they couldn't because they didn't know the password, right? So then I call it the melon problem. That's the word they need to use to get in. That means friend in the language of the elves, right? Or the dwarves, I'm not sure, whatever. So when you are a student, that's how it feels. when you're looking for a job and you're close to the end of your degree, that's exactly how it feels. You feel like you are in front of this magic door that you don't know how to open. And I wasn't young when I came here. I already had job experience, and still it felt like that. Because when you're studying, you're not thinking about work, right? You're thinking, I need to pass this module, I need to write a decent essay. You're not thinking about employment. But as you get closer to June and the end of your studies, you start facing and kind of looking for the door. How can I open the door, right? And I did a few other interviews before that. But my melon was the internship. That's how I opened the door. And this is a bit like, you know, sentimental of me, I know. But it's hard. Being not international, I'm a European student, but being a foreigner and looking for a job feels odd. Yeah, it's hard. What can I say? You feel like you're not part of the team. You feel you're not exactly fitting in. So that helped me get my foot in the door, get experience in a country I had zero experience in. The good thing is that Pete believed in me, and he took me full time. And now here we are, trying to explain the melon problem. Right? It worked better than I thought. So thank you very much for that. Your students, the students that you are trying to employ, will be nervous, will be anxious, will forget to mention they know how to handle data. They will forget to mention that they can edit videos, right? So give them some time, make the space for them. I think Emily talked about it. So you hit the nail on the head when it comes to students. Just give them the space they need. And if it's someone international, it's even harder. So be more patient. The other, yeah, Kira is from Bristol, but the other student we had, she's from Pakistan, Sophia, and I could see myself in her. So I tried to talk and be patient and, like, you know, give you as much space as you needed. So that's the melon problem for your students, right? Make sure you ask them the right questions and loads of questions, because they will be nervous. That's a good story, right? When I turned up in the office for the first time, it was an office in Moleskine, very kind of non-serious office. Everyone turned in the t-shirts and stuff. And I walked in like, what's your name? Like Chen, who is very nicely dressed. Okay, I walked in like that, and everyone was looking at me like, what are you doing here? What is this? So, you know, it took me a while to fit in, but then I did it. Because I suggested we employ Kira through the internship, and I did interview Sophia, our other intern. I'll try and give you a bit of a feeling, how it was for us to take someone new on, and how it was for Pete, because we talked about it quite a lot. It's this a leap, and I think, Holly, you mentioned it when we talked before the event started. It's this leap of faith that you have to take as a small business. Stefan here, he says, I work on my own, and I was like, it would be nice to take a leap of faith and take someone on. Okay, so it's easier, there's less risk. It is easier to say, I'm going to try someone out. Because if it doesn't work, it's just 3 months, and maybe they don't like it. You know, I think in some cases, the students don't like it, and that's fine, that's good for them, because you don't feel like you're going somewhere where you need to stay for a couple of years necessarily. But it's good for you. So if they are not the right fit, then okay, it's 3 months. It's not too bad. So there is less risk for the business, and I know it's very important, especially for small businesses. Like I said, Pete told me, you know, I'm not going to employ you, I don't have the money. So yeah, I don't want to take up too much of your time, and if anyone has any questions, please go ahead. I just want to say some of my journey this last 3 years in these photos. That's Dubai. Anyone have been in Dubai? Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. It's a weird place. It's very surreal, isn't it? It's like being in a Star Wars movie in the desert. But it's not like Tatooine. That's in close to Bangkok in Thailand. I spent 2 months in Thailand. And that's me teaching in Thailand. I did this guest lecture at a few universities. None of my friends have been to Asia. I've been a couple of times. This is in Billund, in the headquarters of Lego. So I'm a Lego Serious Play facilitator. I do workshops with Lego. That's my PhD on Lego. It's actually true. It's true. People ask me, I'm like, Lego? So that's me in the headquarters in Billund. You could go in, you know how you have these ball pits with balls and you go in? You got a Lego pit. It's less painful than it sounds. That's me in Berlin, in a very big conference, around 10,000 people, and we ran an open workshop, and we ran it 2 times because it was very successful. I was like, hey, that's cool. That's me in Turkey with Pete. We did a workshop and he did the presentation. They could not understand his English, which is quite funny. It was funny, they couldn't. I don't know. Too quick, he was too quick. So kind of wrap all of this up and then invite Kira to also share her journey. Go for it, you never know. That's all. Thank you.